All right, guys. Well, welcome to the kickoff to the biggest week ever.
Oh gosh.
Period.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Sandy. Sandy. All right. So, by the way, scooch this way. So you can see her. This, by the way, this week kicks off the #1 biggest week of our year as a company, period. The week that's like from Tuesday to next Monday. So we still have tomorrow, obviously, which finishes this week. And by the way, I have no idea what we're at in CPO for today. I've been working with the division and getting things ready for the division. So I couldn't tell you what's going on there.
2K.
Okay. So we have a lot of demos that'll be happening throughout the day with the new class. We're here today in all-day phone jam. Who has a demo tonight? Anyone have a 9:30 demo tonight? Raise your hand if you have a demo tonight or whatever. You might have to cancel that then. So I need to look at it. But tonight, 9:30 p.m. demos are golden, and you guys can crank those out. But I want to make sure that we have a strong finish to the evening. And then we have Magic Monday. And guys, the goal is tomorrow. Everybody, and I know we have some people that posted up here that are not on Alliance. Actually, Kenneth should be in the other room just phone jamming. So Kenneth, you should be over with Trey and those guys in that room. All right. So everyone in this room should be. Tove is here in the office. But Tovar, you can get one more. Having 4 to 7 demos for the day tomorrow. Everybody who's in this room. So on a low end from the 6K Alliance, can you guys rock out? Like tomorrow's Blitz Day. Tomorrow's Magic Monday. Tomorrow's Change Your Day around. Your week around. You can have 4 demos tomorrow, by the way. And statistically, you'll sell on 2 or 3 of those. With our average order, that's $1,000 to $1,500 sold tomorrow, if not more. All right. Every single person in here can make that happen. So we are, by the way, I want to say congratulations because we are in our biggest week of the year. So yeah, I can hear a little. That's pretty hot. All right. So biggest week of the year right now. So that's exciting. And guys, we're on pace right now to have the biggest push. And here's what I mentioned this on our group meet. We really screwed up our week because we should be at more right now because Thursday night phone jam, we should have this many people here on Thursday evening at 6 p.m. and we didn't. And that's our fault as a management team, as a leadership team. But we cannot screw with Thursdays and Sundays. Got it? And it's really 3 phone jams we committed to as we went into the push. Sunday night to kick off the week and make sure you're booked up. So, Wednesday to get ahead for the weekend, and Thursday to solidify the weekend. And it's very important that we have those set up so that you can have the week that we want. Our goal as an office is to have the first $200,000 a week period. And right now, in terms of the office and where the office is for the week, I haven't updated all the CPOs. Do you have the total of where we're at for the week right now? All right, cool. So $93,000 is where we're at right now. So by the end of tonight, which is exciting, we should hopefully be at our first 100K week of the year. So that's super positive, all right? Our goal is to have a 150K week this week. This week was like do or die 125, goal 150. Cool? By the way, we can still do or die 125. With tomorrow's the day that we're going for a $30,000 to $40,000 day to finish the week strong. We know that if we have everyone having 4 to 7 demos tomorrow, if we have our top people set up for grand days, boom, that's a $30,000 to $40,000 day. We can make that happen, but it's going to take commitment from every person on the team to focus on building a strong day tomorrow to really make that happen. And so I'm really excited about that, and that's something that some of you guys are looking decent for it. Some of you guys, it makes me want to kind of throw up a little bit in my mouth when I look at your day tomorrow. So we've got to make sure we take serious the second part of the phone jam this evening. Also, so this week starting Tuesday, so the goal is, can everybody have Alliance 7 tomorrow, 10K Alliance, fully booked tomorrow, full day. 6K Alliance, can you guys have 3 to 5? Everybody have 3 to 5 tomorrow, and then the rest of our team finding a way to get on order tomorrow. If we get everyone in the team to get on order tomorrow, it's going to be a big week, all right? Tuesday, same deal. Monday and Tuesday are Blitz days. Friday and Saturday are Blitz days. Got it? So Tuesday kicks off the first day of the new week. Last week, we did a hell of a job kicking off Tuesday, by the way. We had a $27,000 day last Tuesday to kick off the week that really launched out and it made a really big impact on the week. The goal this week is how do we have a 35 to 40K plus Tuesday. So that day on Monday, that day on Tuesday to really go out and make some big things happen. And then, no, they don't fit in there, but we just do them separate. We just do them separate. Yep. So then on Wednesday and Thursday, we're just selling during the day. We want the evenings free. We want the evenings to load up Friday and Saturday. You guys, I don't know that you understand the impact of Friday, Saturday sales. They are the biggest sales times because people do get paid on Friday. You have more husbands and wives together. And we didn't take advantage because we didn't have the amount of demos that we needed to really fully take advantage of the weekend. So this next week, we're going for a $200,000 week, okay? That's huge. And really the goal is how do we double our first week of the push? How do we do that? And so each of you thinking about how do you double your first week of the push? And that's for everybody, including Ryan. By the way, great job to Ryan, one of our leaders for the week, already over 10,000. So Ryan, over $10,000 in sales for the week. And by the way, how do we double it? I know you're going after the record. Huh? Yep. This is a week, by the way.
I had this week, I barely did any. I mean, I only had maybe 10 demos.
Right.
And
this is the week of like we load up and we use today the right way to load up the week because you and all of the guys that I'm coaching, the top 10 in the division to go after the record, this is a $25,000 to $30,000 sales week for you guys individually, by the way. So that's when I talked to Dawson about, Trenton about, like all the top guys, Jonathan, James Rushing, Chavez. The goal is $25,000 to $30,000 in sales personally for the week. But everybody. So what can you do to double last week's sales? Cool. That's what this week is all about. How do you double last week? How do you double last week? With amount of demos, what you're doing, making sure we're getting lined up. So that's a really big thing. And we'll talk about that all as a group. But as I thought about, as I planned this, I've done this for 13 years. I've coached people for a long time. And I talked about this on Friday and Saturday. And, you know, usually when we come into Friday and Saturday of the first leg, the first, like, I don't know, quarter, I guess, of the push. Because really it's like a quarter and then like a full half and then like a quarter is the last 4 days. So that's like kind of how it breaks down when we go into it. But this week is the biggest part of our entire push. Always. And I was talking to a couple of the DMs. I was talking to Jacob Kinnamore earlier in the Corpus crew, getting them ready. I was talking with Jordan and those guys ready in our division because we're poised. Right now, by the way, it's going to be neck and neck between us and SEC division, Danny Feldman. And what's kind of cool about it is last year we were all one division. Louisiana and Texas was one division last year, by the way. This year we're two divisions, and right now we're both fighting for number one for this week, the first week of the playoffs. And then we got Rocky Mountain and the other guys. They're going to be coming strong this next week. We all talk. We're all very good friends. But we've got some big things happening right now. And it's like, how do we maximize this week? You know, where is it? And so as I've coached people forever. I know that in that first leg of the push, that first week, it's kind of getting adjusted. It's getting adjusted. It's, you know, some of you guys are doing new closes. You're doing more than you've ever done before, right? You're doing more demos than you've ever done before. You're closing bigger than you've done before. You're asking for bigger orders than you ever have before, right? That goes with the closing. You're thinking bigger about what you could do for the week than you've ever done before. And when it's not necessarily happening, it can be pretty discouraging, right? And one of the things that I always mention and I talk about when it comes to push and it comes to us is that this job really throws real life in your face, you know? Like all the things you deal with, all the things you go through, it throws it in your face. And I think about why are we not where we want to be? Why are you not where you want to be right now for the push? It's not about the cancellations and the no sales and whatever. Like I think, by the way, that plays a role, but I think it plays 20 to 25% maximum in the scheme of things. That's the maximum it plays in the role. Like at tops, like if you really, really suck at firming up and you're really, really suck at closing, you really, like maybe it's 25% of the reason why you're not where you want to be. Because honestly, I think it's 10% for most people of why you're not where you want to be is like the results you're having and what's happening in your demos. The majority, like 75 to 80% plus, if not 90% for some of you, is all right here. That's it. It's all right here. It's what you're focused on. It's what you're thinking about. It's what you believe can happen or what you don't believe can happen. And it's not just in Cutco, it's outside of Cutco. And that's this is my favorite meeting of the year to run. Yesterday morning, I got a message from Mr. Andy Janti as he was going for he's going for his biggest week right now, and just scared as he's going after the record, and he's not where he needs to be. All right, and he knows it. And he sent me a message, and he sent me a long message. All right, and he said, you know, one shot, one opportunity to break my record. And that's, by the way, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that song, and he knows that. All right, Eminem had a little place in my heart, and I'm in front of you guys right now. And he said, one shot, one opportunity to break my record. It seems very hard right now, but I'm not giving up. One chance to break a record, basically 2 years in a row. One shot to do it at the first all-region push. That fires me up. I'm knocking on the door of 30,000. But there's a lot more to go. Holy crap, that's a lot of cuchillos to sell these next weeks, all right? And the record is, what, 74,000 and change, right? So there's a lot. And he said, the beginning has really killed me, you know, like all this. And he went on talking about everything, and he said, it wasn't looking good. He's like, but in my core, the end is what I'm known for. I know I can do it. I know I can do it. I know I can do it. So 3 times. He's like, where are my soldiers? Where are the people that believe in me? So much pressure. There wouldn't be growth. Doing it again is harder than doing it the first time, and that's why I have to do it. You know, I wish I could break some records with you guys. I wish we were all together. I wish I could build a doghouse. And he said, I wish I could build a doghouse this morning, and maybe I'll go outside and build something great. I miss you. Tell the Warriors I say hello. You guys kick butt and crush it for the push. And it was just good to get that yesterday morning from him as he was preparing and getting ready for this week, because this is the week. This is the week we're known for. And this is the week where we build a doghouse. And this is the week where we just make things happen, all right? And it's really exciting what happens when we go out and really break through barriers and do something that we didn't feel was possible. And I want to talk to you guys for a second about limiting beliefs, all right? Who's ever heard the term limiting beliefs? Raise your hand if you've heard of that term before, all right? So just a handful of you guys, all right? So limiting beliefs, guys, are the beliefs that limit you. That's literally what it is. Performing at the level that you can perform, that limit you from being the individual that you can be, because you have these things in your freaking head that hold you back from being the person that you can be and the person that you should be. And by the way, limiting beliefs can can't just limit your success potential, but they can also make your life miserable. And some people in this room have, and you've lived that for longer than you should be living it, all right? Because limiting beliefs are hard to spot because they're usually disguised as true beliefs. And you're like, oh, this is how it is and whatever it is. And it makes a lot of sense for someone to see limiting belief examples and you can't recognize like what's going on, all right? So the and this is I was reading through something and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so on point with what they were saying. Like I said, the difference between a successful person who is capable of achieving his goals and a helpless person who can do nothing for themselves is their belief system. It really is. And you look at people throughout our division and you see people going out and doing all these big things. And it's like, oh my gosh, I wish I could do that. I wish, you know what? What's the difference? We all have the same knives. We all have access to the same people, whether you're 2 people away from them or 5 people away from them, or you currently have them. And that's even when James Rushing and I were talking, and I'm coaching him. And he's like, you know, Jordan Zeal holds the record for the region, by the way. You guys know that. That's the record that everyone's trying to break. Jordan Zeal grew up in the same neighborhood as James did. And James will tell you, he's like, we have the same life a year apart. Same community, same neighborhood, same upbringing, same everything. Went to Stratford High School, same circles and where they lived, everything. What's the difference? It's all here. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm like, you have the same, and like he has access to all these great people. Why are we not doing it? It's all here. It's all here. This is stopping. This is stopping you from performing at the level that you can be performing at. The difference between above average people and below average people has to do with their belief system. You guys have heard before. Who's heard before? Whether you believe you can or you can't, you're right. Anyone ever heard that before? All right. Henry Ford said that. And he said, whether you believe you can or you can't, you're right. Why? Because what we focus on and what we believe dictates so much of what happens. And what we focus on, it's all here. All right. Why did I, like, my ex would be like, oh, you just think you can do everything. I'm like, because I can. He's like, you see? I'm like, what? I'm like, if I want to do something, I just figure out what I need to do to get there. I commit to the process and I get it done. Because I'm not going to let bullshit keep me away from hitting my goals. Because the fact is, we're all capable, right? And it's just you being focused, determined, whatever. I want to be a doctor? Sure, I could be a doctor. Do I want to be? Not at all. But I could be a doctor. I probably have to study more than other people do. But I'll freaking learn that shit. I'll sit there and learn all that stuff, and I'll learn all the anatomy, and I'll learn everything. I don't have zero desire to do that, but I'll do it. If you were like, you plus me, let's see who gets to be a doctor first. I'll freaking kick your ass. I'll go to med school. I'll be one of the top people.
You can sew people's fingers off.
All right. Yeah. All right. But it all has to do with, it's you believing, are you able to do it? Are you committed to the process, and then go out and getting it done. All right. So you guys, and I want you guys to think for a moment. All right. I want you guys to close your eyes for a second. I want you to close your eyes. Don't look around. Just really think for a moment. And I want you guys to think about in your life, what are the limiting beliefs? What are those little voices in your head that you constantly hear? What are they? Where it's like, you're not good enough. You're not lucky enough. You're a loser. There's no hope. You have to be smart, big, and he's going to be on the lines. You have to be, certain place to achieve or be rich or whatever it is. What is it that, there's so many limiting beliefs, and many times you're not good enough, you're not loved, you're gonna, you always, for mine, I always heard oh, there you go, screwing up again. You're always effing up, you're always making bad decisions. What is it? And I want you guys to think for a moment, what is it that you always hear? What is it, those voices you always hear in your head whenever you're going to do something that kind of hold you back from thinking bigger, or hold you back from performing where you can perform? What is it that you're just dang, and you hear you're going to do something and you hear that voice oh, you can't do it, or oh, you're going to fuck up again, or oh, you're going to make that, whatever it is. What is it that you hear in your head? You're not good enough. You're a screw up. You're lazy. You can't commit to anything. You're a failure. Everything you do, you screw it up. I want you guys to think about what that is. All right. What is it that you guys hear over and over again in your head? And I want you guys, by the way, to write those things down. You can open your eyes and write them. Write them on your board. All right. This is all going to go into our doghouse. Write them on your board, whether it's with a pen, it's with a marker. If you want a marker, write them down. Yeah, we need more markers. I want you guys to write down what it is that you always hear. What is it? All right. So think for a moment. What are the things you hear? And by the way, anyone, if you're write it on your board. If you're willing, just share them. I want it, raise your hand, share them out loud real quick, because it might help other people trigger. For me, it's there you go fucking up again, always screwing up. You have everything, and then you go mess it up. You make bad decisions. Can't do things right, can't finish what you started. Those are things that I heard. Anybody else? Any other things that you guys have heard? If you can raise your hand real quick, go. You do this, you're more like this person. Okay, anyone else? What are other things? Things you guys hear in your head, little voices you hear in your head. Go, anybody.
You're not capable of accomplishing anything that you set your mind to.
Okay, you're not capable of accomplishing anything you set your mind to. All right, who else? Javier. You're a screw like always. I heard that shit all the time in my head. All right, write it down. What else? All right, you're going to turn out to be like everybody else in the family. Jot it down. What else?
You're going to be just like your dad.
You're going to be just like your dad. What else? Who else? What are other things you guys have heard? What are things you hear in your head?
Why are you just like your brothers?
All right, cool. Why are you just like your brothers? What else?
Oh, why aren't you just like your brother?
Why aren't you just like your brother? All right, Santi.
Why do you have such massive potential and end up wasting it doing stupid shit with it and do nothing with your time?
All right, so basically, why are you lazy fuck?
More or less.
All right,
Yeah, exactly.
tons of potential. Why do you not do it with your time? All right, What else?
You're doing it wrong.
You're doing it wrong. What else? What do you hear? What do you
You're
hear?
not
Like
worth it.
that keeps you out.
This isn't a real job.
Okay. And I'm saying in life, forget the job. What are things you've heard always?
You're ugly.
All right. You suck. Huh? You're ugly. All right. What else?
You're not worth it.
Too good.
You're not worth it.
Not
Screw
fast
you.
enough.
Not fast enough. Screw you. What else? Waste. You're a
Stay
waste.
down.
All right. What else? What have you heard?
In my head.
You're in your head. What else? What else have you heard? I know you've heard more shit than that.
I'm not that
You can leave it
girl.
open. It's okay. Huh?
I'm not that girl.
You're not that girl. All right. What else? All right. Why do you become lazy? What else?
Stop complaining.
Stop complaining.
What are you doing with your life?
What are you doing with your life?
You're too fucked up.
You're too fucked up. What else? What else have you guys heard? What are the things that you've heard in your life that you hear in your head? You're a lost cause.
You're an alcoholic.
All right. You're an alcoholic. Stop screwing everything up. What else? Huh? Oh, that's a huge one. It's too late. Are you effing kidding me? But seriously, we hear that.
Yeah.
All right. What else? What else?
Get your shit together.
All right. Get your shit together. What else?
You'll end
Just
up-
give up.
You'll end up like your parents.
You'll end up like your parents. Mary Lou, what else? What are limiting things that you've heard? Just in your head. What are things you've heard or from people or in your head that you've heard through your life? What are they?
You can't do it.
You can't do it. What else?
If you never try, you never fail.
All right. What else?
You failed last time.
You failed last time. What are all the negative, like the limiting beliefs that you've heard vocally from people in your life or you tell yourself in your head? Just quit. Okay. What else?
Okay, just kill yourself.
Just kill yourself. All right.
Oh, damn.
By the way, unfortunately, yes, people have heard that. What else?
Why are you a fuck up at everything?
All right. Why are you fuck up at everything? What else?
You're better than this. You're better than what you do
I'm saying the limiting beliefs. That's encouraging, which is great.
Yeah, everyone needs encouragement.
No, I'm talking about limiting beliefs. What are the things that you hear that keep you from achieving what you need to achieve? Be real.
Your past just dictates your future.
All right. Your past dictates your future. What else?
Too hard.
All right. You're a failure. It's too hard. What else? All right. There's no hope for you.
You're too young, you're too old, you don't have enough time.
All right. And I want you guys, by the way, I want you guys for a moment, everyone quiet down again. I want you to close your eyes for again. All right. And I want you guys to think for a moment. What we've just thrown out a bunch of random stuff. And I want you to think, what are the things you've heard personally? And what's the one you hear most in your head? Because I'll tell you, for me, it was, there you go, fucking up again. Definitely the voice I heard all the time when things didn't go well. And whatever that is for you, I want you guys to think of what is the one that you hear the most in your head? What is the one that keeps you from accomplishing or scares you where you're not able to go out and fully perform at the level you can be? What is the one you hear the most? And I want you guys to think for a moment, where did that root from? Where did that root from? Where in your life, what happened where you first heard that? Like, I want you guys to think back for a moment. Where's the first time you heard that? Think back for a moment. Was there a time earlier? Think earlier than that. When was the earliest time you heard that? Or was there a different thing you heard earlier that that built off of? Close your eyes and just think. Where's the earliest time in your life that you heard that? Was there a time earlier? All right. Is there a time earlier than that that you remember hearing it or hearing something else? And I want to open it up real quick before we go into our exercise. And for anyone who's comfortable sharing, I think it's a really powerful thing we talked about yesterday with the different levels of intimacy and just being able to share just different things that you've done or accomplished or things you've overcame. But in this case, you know, just being able to share like in the different levels helps you be more connected and just in tune with who you are and where you came from. Where is it? If anyone's willing to share, where's the first time you like, what is that thing you always hear? And you know, where did it root from? What caused it? What happened early on that made that come about? Whether someone said that verbally to you, or you know, like you just someone said something and it caused you to always react. And here's the deal with everything we've been through. And close your eyes again for a second. Just stay focused on this. At some point, something happened, and you heard that, and you reacted a certain way, and you heard that. And by the way, it got programs in your head. And so every time you went to go do different things, you always heard that voice, or you always heard that person, you always heard whatever it was saying, you're a fuck up, or you're not good enough, or you're not smart enough, or you're not good looking enough, or you're not motivated enough, or you're not whatever to accomplish what you want to accomplish. And every time you try to step forward to do something, you hear that freaking little voice in your damn head telling you that you're not freaking good enough or worthy enough or smart enough or intelligent enough or motivated enough or capable of or whatever it is. And so anyone who's willing to, you can raise your hand that's willing to share. What is it and where can you identify where it rooted from? What happened that the first time that you remember that happening and programming you?
You're a fat ass.
And how did that affect you?
Every time I look in the mirror, no matter what I do, I look always there. That happened like that in second grade. So where I go, I always think people are looking at me thinking, he's big as shit. I always have people tell me, oh, you're a big guy, you play football. But every time like people are like saying, oh, you're just a big guy, I always think, oh, you're fat. So when they're saying they're complimenting me, they're saying I look big or strong, it's always think I'm fat.
How's that affected you?
Makes me just really self-aware of myself. I'm always worried about how I look. Just feel like everybody's better than me on body size.
How does that affect your just performance in life, like just as a human being?
For a long time, it made me just really, I mean, I would talk and stuff, but I would be worried before judgment. So
Just feeling judged?
it affected me when I talk to girls. I mean, until I got to college, some things happened where it made me not even care anymore. But, I mean, but it was a real low point for a while. And it just affected the way I talk to girls, have some social life. It's like when I go dancing, I'm not like, oh my God, it's like talk. It's part of me.
Be realistic.
Thank you for sharing, by the way. I appreciate it. Anyone else that can
Be
feed off that?
realistic. Look at what you're doing. That rooted all the way down from my brothers. I have two other brothers. And it's just, the way it affected me is just, I could never please them. I could never give what they wanted to be. It's definitely affected me in everything I set my mind to. I'm a hard worker. I'm a hard worker for that reason. Because I feel like I can't fail.
How does that hold you back from being able to perform?
Because I'm so focused on the goal of whatever I'm trying to achieve that I fight myself or beat myself up because I'm not there yet.
So do you feel like you just always have like so much stress or pressure to have to perform always?
will definitely overachieve.
Anyone else feel like that ever?
Kind of the opposite.
And we're all wired very differently, but I appreciate you sharing. I definitely felt like that a lot of times. And Rubio?
Mine started out in elementary school when I moved to Katy. I was 6, and I remember the office worker at elementary school. She told me, "You're useless." I remember her saying that, and I didn't know what it meant because I'd never heard that before. And so every time I try to put myself to something new, I always hear those same words, "You're useless." And I keep picturing her just looking down at me and just saying, "We don't want you here." And I remember when I was walking away, I heard something from her. She said, she was talking to the other lady at the office, and she said, "Oh, the reason we don't want him is because he's not going to amount to anything." And that really hits hard because my family's never really been that outgoing, and that's not what I want for myself. And I try to put myself out to do new things, but whenever I hear that puts me down. And it gets me every time.
I appreciate you sharing. Yes.
Like a lot of the times I find myself second guessing myself. Like it goes back to like as far as I can remember, just like because I made a lot of bad decisions. Like all my family members would just tell me that I was just doing things wrong. So even to today, I'm always like asking for a second opinion on what I'm doing because I never know if it's the right or wrong thing. So I'm just really self-conscious about like my decisions that I make. And it's like even with college, like I almost went somewhere I didn't want to go because I felt pressured by like my mom and stuff. And I just never really felt like I was ever in control until now.
Why? What is it that you always heard?
I just always heard like I'm dumb. I'm not like smart enough to make like a good decision. Yeah, I just always felt like I was not as smart as everybody else.
Just make you like question yourself and
Yeah.
your ability.
Definitely a lot of second guessing.
Thank you for sharing.
I started way back in 2nd grade. When I turned 7, my mom passed away, and there's this one kid, and he kept nagging on me about like, "Oh, I'm not going to amount up to making my mom proud enough, and I'm never going to make her proud, and I'm putting her down in everything that I'm doing." And from 2nd grade all the way up until 6th grade, this kid kept nagging on me that I'm not going to amount to anything, that if my mom would have seen me today, she would disown me, that she would be so disappointed in everything I've done. And ever since then, it's just everything I do, every little step that I take, I'm always afraid, like, am I making her proud? Am I going to make her happy? Like in any choice that I do, am I following the right footsteps? Am I just going to fall, not amount to anything, and just fall straight on my face? No matter what I do, like even if it's something so great that I've accomplished, I haven't actually felt so proud of myself and anything that I've done. There's that one fact of, am I making her proud? Am I going to make her smile? If she was here today, would she be smiling? From that, I've never been able to put an actual smile on my face. So just always thought about if it's the right decision.
I'm sure that keeps you like kind of hesitant to like do things or go after things, thinking, is it the right thing? Is it not? Like, I don't want to screw up again or whatever, and holds back. Thank you.
For me, it was after I found out that my mom's husband wasn't really my dad. I guess he tried to go from there that I wasn't ever gonna actually love him or anything like that. So he felt that the best way to get anything through dear to me was to put me down, and he always told me that I wasn't gonna ever be good enough, that I was gonna keep up with my aunts and other stuff. And then when I got to high school and I got one concussion after the other, and after the third one, like I started getting like more B's and C's rather than A's and B's. And he told me, he was like, so you're already on the path to like fucking up with everything. So
So it's just every time. So how does that affect you now?
I overthink everything because I feel like, oh, what if I want to do this? And then I start thinking, oh, well, these are all like the negative outcomes. And then after I started working here with all like the different positivity, like energy that I get from all of y'all, that I've definitely like turned around a lot of things.
So, the first time I was told to kill myself was by my mom when I was 14. I kept on telling her, if you don't want me here, then I should leave. And then she just told me to kill myself. It kept on happening, and she tried to kill me. I just thought I should die. And I said, oh, I'll be alive for a certain person, so they would be happy and so they would be okay. And I hated everything in life. And then I tried to be okay. I tried to be perfect so they wouldn't try to kill me anymore, and so people would be happy. And then my teacher, I finally got the role, and I finally got the role I've always wanted. And I thought, finally, I could, maybe I'm worth something. Maybe I actually can do something I want to do in my life, and I'm not going to be a worthless piece of shit. And he told me to kill myself in front of the entire class. He said that I don't know who should kill first, you or me. And he talked about how he wanted to stab me. And he's still working there. And that just shows another reason, like, why I'm worthless. Because no one's actually done anything. And I still have to be here. Sorry.
So are you saying for you it's hard to go day by day just because you don't even feel like why the hell you're here? Or how does that affect you?
Sometimes. I feel like if no one really cared about me, when someone wanted to do the worst things to me, why am I worth it?
I see differently. I oh, you're normal. That you're no different than this person. Me, but for a long time, even now, she just like my dad threatened to disown me, and at that it was this year, and at that point, I've become so used to it that I became numb, and then right after I felt differently. It started to it affected me to an extent, but it really wore me down. So not too long ago, and now I I ignored it more than anything. I don't become emotionally attached, but attach myself. But when I was younger, especially when I had this idea, especially when I was growing up, you're a fuck up now. You are supposed to be better than this. Than you're supposed to be like you were as a kid. As a kid, I was like good at everything. Oh my god, sports, yeah, it was great, grades, and from that point on, it kind of made me feel like if I don't accomplish what I'm doing now, I'm my dad's right. But I don't really get so things like that come up every now and then. So far as everyday work.
It always comes up in our head, whether you want to admit it or not. Like, it's in our subconscious mind. Like, we're human beings. We're programmed a certain way. And things happen. We've gone through things when we're younger. And we deal with things a certain way. By the way, people deal with it all differently. Some people become harder workers and overachievers. Some people become lazy. And they say, oh, well, and they can have the excuse of, well, I didn't even try, so you can't say that I wasn't worth it, so they don't even try to tap into their potential, so that they have that as a crush to spin on. But all of us deal with things differently, and the fact is, it's in our head, and what happens is it becomes a way of how we react to things, whether we just kind of, shy away from situations, or like, really lose confidence in situations, or we go up for the challenge, but then in our head we're like, oh shit, I hope I don't screw this up, and it holds us back from being able to go at full throttle, because there's always that feeling of, how about if I went at full throttle and I wasn't good enough? Has anyone ever thought that before, by the way? And it's like, whatever it is that happened, that goes in our head of like, shit, how about if I did give it all I had and I wasn't able to get blank done, whatever it is that you were trying to get accomplished. And guys, this is really important for you to understand, that if that happens, and part of life and part of our journey, no, by the way, being a perfect human being is not being perfect. I don't know if you guys understand that. It took me a while to understand that, by the way. All right. And I'll tell you, being first off, no one in this room is at shit. 3? All right, cool. She was just not. And when I did things that were good in line with what she thought was good, then I had her like encouragement, like, good, there you go. You're doing something great. But anything else was not good. But the fact is, if she was the mom that I wanted, I wouldn't be the woman that I am today either. And I left, and I moved away. My life. And so many things that I've learned. And this meeting and us gather through because it's part of the process, and you just learn from it, and you grow from it, and you keep pushing forward, and that's all right. Break through them with your hand. All right. We are going to break through. Every single person can do it. By the way, guys, I'm gonna freaking get this shit done because you're more than capable. Every single one of you in this room, this freaking room right now. I used to be a part of this group. To give you some confidence, how much of it was done by my top 20. All right, just to give you an idea, right? And not 18 sales this week. Just so with their themselves, and you got to cut the one. No, I don't think there's one person really done what I feel I'm capable of doing this past week. And even with what we've done, It's pretty exciting. By the way, we have a shot this week with a strong finish tomorrow. All right. It's all about tomorrow. It's all about finish, and it's all about how we go into the second half and how big we can take this week. And that's all to take today to go through and have this. And by the way, I'm going to tell you guys right now so I can coach you. Like, this is not this. Every single person in this room, I'll tell you right now from experience, can do this, can break through, can hit this, no problem. All right. But if you psych yourself out, you will not do it. And then the second time and the third time, it gets even harder. Mary Lou can tell you that from experience. And it hurts. And it's going to hurt, physically hurt, not just emotionally hurt if you don't get it done the first time. Every time it takes you one time harder, it's going to hurt more. Your hand's going to hurt more. Your body's going to hurt more. It's going to hurt more. But if you can mentally think through it and say, I'm freaking capable of doing this. I've got this. Just so you know, there's 10-year-olds that break these boards. Okay? Every single person is capable of breaking right through there on the first time. And it's up to you to stay focused to break through there.